Welcome to Trapani, the city of two seas, Mediterranean on one side and Tyrrhenian on the other. You can really feel the mixing here.
This is also the place where the cultures meet, and you will see a lot of Arab influence here as well, from architecture, street, and food, of course, such as the famous fish couscous and my personal favorite, the Trapani pesto pasta. So let's walk in and see what makes this city so famous.
Let's go!
Hi, we're Annie,
And Lucas.
and welcome to our channel,
Spark of Sicily.
When we first moved to Sicily, we wanted to know what life here actually feels like, beyond travel guides and the perfect photos. So now we share the kind of insights we were looking for, real moments, local life, and the beauty of Sicily as it is. Trapani isn't just a coastal city, it feels like a place shaped by the sea itself. Water on both sides, bright light everywhere, and this unique mix of cultures that makes it immediately stand out.
It's also one of the more touristic cities in Western Sicily, especially in summer. But even outside the season, it has this warm, lively atmosphere that feels really welcoming.
You can also feel a strong Arab influence here in the food, the colors, even the way the old town is laid out. Trapani was an important port during the Arab period, and that heritage still gives the city a slightly different Mediterranean feeling.
And Trapani has a surprisingly rich history because of that mix. For example, couscous is traditional here, but Sicilian style, always prepared with fish broth. And the salt pans around Trapani are some of the oldest in Europe, dating all the way back to Phoenicians.
Trapani was also known for its coral workshops. Skilled craftsmen here made coral jewelry entirely by hand, and their work was valued across all Europe. So when you walk through the old town, you're actually walking through layers of Arab, Mediterranean, and Sicilian culture all blended together.
And once you step into the historic center, everything becomes very walkable. Small streets, sea on both sides, lots of cafes and places to stop. Trapani actually has two museums worth visiting, the small one by the water and the big regional museum inside the city. If you like history, both are very interesting stops.
But the first place we went to was the small museum by the shore. It's simple but charming, and the rooftop view is beautiful. We did have one issue though. They only accept cash and the bills we had were too big. So we had to tragically go get coffee and a snack while waiting for change. Very dramatic situation.
We handled it bravely though. One has to be very careful with these pleasant traps.
Yes, we didn't give up. We found the nearest cafe and somehow ended up with pastries.
As one does in Sicily.
Honestly, both museum and the pastry break were great. Perfect start to the day.
Trapani in general is that kind of place. Streets, shops, local food. You can spend hours just walking slowly, discovering corners, enjoying the atmosphere, and somehow always ending up near the cafe. Not that we mind.
And if you visit in warmer months, the coastline here is great for swimming and beach days. In summer, it's one of the most popular seaside areas in the region.
Hi, we are currently standing on top of the ancient city of Erice. It feels like time stopped here 1,000 years ago.
Just above Trapani sits Erice, a medieval hilltop town that looks like it's floating in the clouds.
Driving up is already part of experience. The coastline opens wide, you pass through several viewpoints, and you really feel like you're climbing into another world.
Once you arrive, everything shifts. The air is cooler, the streets are narrow and paved with old stones, the houses are ancient. It feels like time moves differently here. There's something mystical about it, like the whole town is wrapped in history and a little bit of fog.
And there are so many little paths and courtyards to explore. Churches, viewpoints, cafes, small shops, every corner feels like it has a story.
In November, it was moodier and colder, but that actually made it more atmospheric. The fog waving between the streets, the wind on the viewpoint, the quiet, it all felt like a medieval film set.
But we kept saying, imagine this on a warm summer day, clear skies, sunshine, views all the way to the islands. It must be absolutely incredible. So yes, we will be back.
And once you go down from Erice, just a short drive from Trapani are the salt pans. A wide, quiet landscape with shallow pools and old windmills. It's not dramatic, but it's interesting and very different from the rest of the coast.
The site was closed when we arrived, but then something even better happened.
We saw flamingos, and for me, it was actually the first time ever seeing flamingos in the wild, so I was completely amazed.
They come here because the salty water attracts tiny creatures called crustaceans, which is basically a fancy name for the small shrimp-like animals. Flamingos love them, and the food also gives their feathers that pink color.
So even if the main site is closed, the salt pans are worth a visit. You never know what you might see. Trapani is a popular choice for people who want to live by the sea but still be close to everything: restaurants, shops, culture, beaches and everyday comfort.
Long-term rentals usually range from $450 to $900 for a nice apartment. Renovated or central places can cost more.
And if you're thinking long-term, Trapani has a healthy real estate market. Older apartments can start around $80,000 to $120,000 and ones in better locations around $150,000 to $250,000.
A lot of people choose Trapani because of the proximity of the airport. It's about 20 to 30 minutes away. It's extremely convenient if you travel often or expect family or friends to come to visit.
It's a coastal city with history, food, beaches and a practical, livable vibe, all at very reasonable prices.
Driving in Trapani was a good surprise. The streets are wider than many Sicilian towns, especially compared to those places where your mirrors start praying.
After surviving Messina, everything feels easy, and Trapani definitely did.
Parking is mostly paid, but very straightforward. We parked at the port, which gave us easy access to everything.
So that's our tip: park by the port and enjoy Trapani on foot. No stress, no tiny alleys. So we're a couple of videos in and we thought it would be a good time for you to get to know us a little better. This is not the first time we've lived abroad. In fact, throughout our whole relationship, we've lived abroad in one capacity or another.
It's been a ride.
Yeah, for example, studying abroad, diplomatic service, we've moved a lot and made a lot of mistakes. But that has given us the experience that allowed us to move here fairly easily. And one day we decided enough is enough. It's now or never. Our dream was always to come here, so we packed our car, put Milo in the car, and we actually drove here, which is something you can do in European Union.
Exactly. It's a great thing that Sicily is a part of European Union. The infrastructure is here. It's really similar to other countries within European Union. It's a really easy adjustment for people when they relocate here, I believe. There is one part I think that is really important. It's to get to contacts, especially in the beginning, because it makes it much easier. And I think lots of people don't get that first contacts and they get frustrated or
overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. But it is worth it to go through that initial phase and get here. And I think there is really, really beautiful nature. There is sea, it's warm, there is great quality of food. There are events going on all the time. Community of beautiful people. Sicilians are very helpful and very welcoming.
And if you are ready to make this first leap, or you're hesitating and you want a little more reassurance, which is something we would have appreciated before coming here, feel free to contact us either on YouTube, even through Milo's Instagram account or our email address, sparkofsicily@gmail.com, and we will see how can we help and how can we consult.
Don't hesitate to ask about anything about car, pet, about accommodation
Ferries,
here, about short-term staying, long-term staying. Whatever is on your mind, we are here for you. Trapani really surprised us in the best way. It's relaxed, beautiful, historical and full of places to discover. With Erice above, salt pans nearby, flamingos, great food and very livable atmosphere, it's a city we genuinely enjoyed. Now we understand why so many expats call this place home. We'll definitely come back in summer to see it at its liveliest. And if you want to explore another coastal town that we absolutely loved, check out our video from Castellammare del Golfo. See you in the next one. Ciao!